last weather segment. This is inevitably military or something going on. The government, the Air Force, they send out what's known as chaff, and it's a way to experiment with the radar systems. And when you see this kind of a pattern like this, you can rest assured there's something going on. They're actually little bitty magnetic and little bitty strips of, whether it's aluminum, you know, they change it, but what happens is the radar deflects off of all these little pieces, and they use it actually as a jamming mechanism for radar in warfare, but it can also jam our radar and make rain appear that there really is no rain out there. Later on.
Southern Oregon and Northern California, we've got a bit of an unusual situation. Now, this first portion of the radar cycle, fairly bland and typical, but then you see these bands of very distinct cloud cover moving into the region. That is not rain, that is not snow. Believe it or not, military aircraft flying through the region dropping chaff. Small bits of aluminum, sometimes it's made of plastic or even metallicized paper products, but it's used as an anti-radar issue, and obviously they're up there practicing. Now, they won't confirm that, but I was in the Marine Corps for many years, and I'll tell you right now, that's what it is.
We did pick up, as Don mentioned, a trace at the airport over the last 24 hours. But as we take a closer look, notice this looks a little funny. It's elongated across parts of southern Dade County into the Florida Bay and off into the Straits. This is what we call chaff. And what happens here, military jets, some come out of Key West Air Force Base, and they move off into the atmosphere, and they drop mylar strips, which some are coated. And if we can come back to me on camera, they're about the size of this piece of paper, and they vary in size. Some could be a little wider, some are small glass fibers that are coated in aluminum. And what the Air Force does is they take their military jets and they dump these out of the aircraft, they fall in the atmosphere, and some take as much to a day to fall down, and it's to confuse enemy radar. And they use these training exercises to, again, confuse that radar to make these little blobs appear, and it has been proven that back in operations in the Balkans and also the Gulf War that this has saved many pilots' lives. So, Don, it's a nuisance to you and I to determine what's real and what's not, but it looks like it is a life-saving operation there from the military.
Indeed. Well, that's our job here, to separate chaff from the rain, so to speak. All right, thank you, Trent. That's very interesting. All right, we've got partly cloudy evening in Perrine.